This will get super buried. Children's play is being increasingly cut out of schools and early years programming in an attempt to cram in more academic content. Thing is, young children learn more from play, including academic skills, than from classroom settings and flashcards. We are going to see much higher levels of development delays and mental health issues over the next few decades unless something changes soon. Edit. Okay, so it turns out this didn't get buried at all. You can stop messaging me / commenting about it now. Blech. I can tell you as a teacher, it's already happening. Behavior issues are crazy, and the playground is where a lot of the issues happen. The kids literally don't know how to play with each other. It's astounding. We had a training the other on incorporating kinesthetic experiences into our lessons. The presenters were explaining that kids' peripheral vision is only about 60% what a typical adult's is because they spend so much time on screens. There are always ways to help develop it more, but it was depressing to hear. Other things being cut at school? Music, art, social studies and writing. My schedule, mandated, is science, math, reading, and we only get science because it's tested at the end of this grade. Everything we do is to make sure we pass the tests / show adequate yearly progress. If you're a parent or community member, please reach out to local schools. Find out what subjects kids learn and how often. Having a history lesson once every 2 weeks just doesn't work. Just as a note, this is almost always dictated by the school or district, not the teacher. They listen to you all exponentially more than the teachers. Sorry for the tangent, but public education needs your help. Yeah, it seems like they are trying to cut out anything physical and aggressive anymore. Living an easy life. Seriously, it's becoming evident that our lifestyle with little meaning or struggle has caused our depression. It is used to be you toiled in the field with blood, sweat and tears all day. You put food on the table at the end. You felt successful and happy. Now you just go to a boring job for 8 hours and you can't put food on the table and you feel no gratification in having that food. So you have to dream bigger. Now you're not successful unless you have a big house, 5 cars, a successful Instagram or YouTube channel, whatever you decide you want. But the problem is, it's all a hell of a lot harder and rarer than just being able to work in the field, come home and have a nice meal for the family. So a lot less people will ever have that happiness. Life for most in the middle class isn't so easy. Sure, your body might not break at a young age, but just try to do less of that pointless work so that you have some time to yourself to think, plan or explore. Then see how quickly the money runs out from trying to make a rent in a decent part of town, not to mention car payments, health insurance, etc. Working the field at many points and places in history also didn't necessarily mean no time to meditate, contemplate, pray, or shoot the shit plenty as well. I'd say we underrate the vital importance of that. Studies show that people isn't actually true. The amount of people with depression and other related illnesses hasn't significantly increased, just the amount of people willingly to openly talk about it. Back in the good old days, people who had a serious depression were just talked down even more and told they are just whiners. At best they would get some amphetamines and supposed to feel alright with them. The systematic, scientific, concentrated battle for our attention. App notifications, Skinner box games, easy access to diversions at all times via our phone, lack of silence due to music streaming, podcasts, audiobooks, etc. We are being trained out of being able to handle stillness and silence. And our brains aren't designed to handle constant anxiety and jumping of attention from thing to thing without a feeling of completion. Basically all streaming services now autoplay. Most popular games are Infinite, Clash of Clans, Hearthstone, Bubble Witch, etc. Most people work in the service industry, so they don't get a feeling of a completed job. I'm not sure how I would shorten this idea, but the prevalence of machine-learned delivery of instant gratification aimed at our psychological weak points available at our fingertips at literally all times probably isn't going to help us deal with the awkwardness that is real-life relationships between us with each other and us with the world. This scares me a lot because I'm terrified for it myself. Always checking my phone for no reason. Always feeling the need for some background noise. Think I might have to put it all down for like a week to somewhat cleanse my brain. I've often wondered if the Skinner box. Did not know there was a name for this until I read your post. Effect ends up not being as effective over time. For example, Like most people, I played games similar to Farmville and was hooked on the reward system. I played games such as Castleville, Boom Beach, Clash Royale, Mafia Wars, First and Second, Adventure Capitalist, Bitcoin Miner, and so many others. After a while of going through these games, though, I finally looked at the screen and thought, what on earth am I doing? This is just a timed reward system wearing fancy clothes that requires occasional input to keep the clock going. Ever since that realization, I just have had no desire to download any games that utilize this style of play. If I download a game not knowing that it is designed this way, I'll just be thinking, not this shit again, and uninstall it. I guess I'm writing this wondering if these types of games will always be around at great capacity, or if they will fade away, just like the olden days of trusting salesmen and totally believing corporate advertising. If it was ever like that, we will have it in our culture to know better. What makes me think yes is that a lot of people from overseas that I work with fall prey to common sales tactics at dealerships / during home buying because they really just don't know any better because they aren't from around here. I have no doubt it would be the same way if I went to where they were from with other things. Social media. Please like and subscribe. Thank you for watching.